Welcome to episode 2 of Bench Racing. I am your host, Brian Danforth, with my co-host here, Mr. Traveling Troy DeCaire.
That's a lot better.
That's better
a lot better.
That's better than Pavement Princess?
Yeah.
So, here we are.
What's funny is that Pavement Princess is going to go on to this episode. That's where it came from.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, one of our topics on the show.
Oh, yeah.
I got you. All right, so here we are, episode 2. I'm really excited about the feedback that we got from the first one. We'll get into that in just a second. But one of the things I really want to touch on right from the get-go here, can you believe that we already got a sponsor?
We're pretty much big time.
Does that mean we're big time?
Hey, and we've got more sponsors lined up. I mean, that doesn't mean more of y'all can't jump on, but we do.
Yeah.
I mean, we had enough sponsorship money to buy 2 hot and readies and some Patron shots.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, well, whatever. Yeah, it's Patron. We like Patron.
Yeah, shit, my bad.
Yeah. Our sponsor sponsored us enough. He actually came on board for 2 shows to sponsor. He's going to sponsor the opening segment here. We like he said, we got hot and ready pizza.
Dang, we're out here plugging cats.
Yeah, and then we got
sponsors got us giddy.
We got
we're getting a little reckless.
We got some tequila shots because it is Cinco de Mayo, Cinco de Drinko. So, without further ado, the sponsor that has provided these for us tonight, along with some monetary sponsorship that me and Troy have split down the middle, and it is in both of our right pockets, is Raging Bull Racing. Raging Bull Racing Engines. All right. Raging Bull Racing Engines, they are out of Lakeland, Florida. They build race kart motors.
Can you believe they're giving me a motor?
Really?
I'm assuming. I don't even know.
Yeah.
Hey, if you guys want to, I'll tattoo that.
Yeah. So
I'll put Raging Bull right here.
So we got
farmer's stand.
I mean, after the first show, Brandon Bull watched it and he shot me a message and he was like, "Hey man, I want to be a part of this. I want to get on board, while it's on the ground floor." And he was like, he said, "What's your PayPal?" And I'm like, "What are you paying me for?" And he's like, "I'm paying you for plugging me." I said, "Let's do it."
Hey, run it. And I've known Brandon and his dad Brian for a long time.
Yeah, good people.
Yeah.
Real good people. Out of karting for a little bit, but they're back now, building motors and helping some kids.
I don't think Brian ever left. Brandon left for a little bit.
Yeah,
Brian's been steady.
Yeah, Brandon left for a little bit, but they're back now. So for any of your kart motor needs, give Brandon Bull or Brian Bull a call at Raging Bull Racing Engines for a good time. Call 863-944-4214. And these shots are brought to you by Raging Bull Racing Engine. And we're probably going to a little bit when we take these, but it's Cinco de Mayo, so we got to do it.
Cinco de Mayo, right?
Ugh.
God, I hate you, Brian.
Tastes like college.
Both of y'all. Ugh. Tastes like college. I don't know. I didn't go to college.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Yeah, that's...
Sorry, I had to watch that.
But yeah, we do have a few other cats lined up. People have been messaging me. I broke my phone, so I've been off the grid for a couple days. I mean, damn, iRacing will piss you off.
Yeah.
But I don't want to talk about that. We're trying to be, this is a positive, uplifting show. But we do have a few other cats coming on board, and I'm really excited about it. Honestly, I had no idea anybody would like this.
Like, people are paying us. I mean, it's a small... I don't want to say it's not like we're making a living doing this just 2 episodes in, but hey, somebody's already wanting to give us a little bit of money.
I'm everything and putting all my eggs in this basket. That's kind of where I'm at. Yeah.
So we appreciate Raging Bull Racing Engines.
If you want my kids to go to college, sponsor the show.
Yeah. So
no big deal.
Raging Bull Racing Engines, thank you again for coming on board for their episodes 2 and 3. And like I said, for a good time, call 863-944-4214. So let's talk a little bit about the last show.
It didn't suck.
It didn't suck. It's got over 2,000 views.
That's really what we were going for, is we were trying not to suck.
Yeah.
Old Joe Madden.
We weren't trying to hit a home run. Like we talked about. We're just trying to get on base. And I think we got on base. We got a little over 2,000 views on Facebook.
We might have got a stand-up double.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I think so.
Hey, it wasn't bad. I was actually surprised. I watched it, surprisingly. I watched the whole thing.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe the amount of people who messaged, who reached out. Like, it was pretty cool. And then, I mean, you got some pretty good feedback on this poll here.
Yeah. Yeah, so we actually have a poll active right now on the Bench Racing Facebook page. And before I forget, make sure you are following Bench Racing on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. Bench Racing with no G at the end is our handle on all four.
Yeah, shoot us poll questions, topics you want to hear about. Actually, if you know 2 drivers that got in some shit at the track, we want their names and both their numbers.
Yeah.
I'd like to talk to both of them.
Yeah, we'll bring them all at the same time.
We'll iron it out right here.
Yeah.
Like, that's what it's about, I think.
I'm here for it. So if y'all know any of your rivalries, send them to us. So, back to the poll that we have running on Facebook. We have a poll right now, and it's a very simple poll, split right down the middle. It says, I think it says what's better, or what, it's a simple question.
You don't even know the damn question you put up?
It says simple question, dirt or asphalt.
There you go.
So, 70 votes. It's been up for 8 hours. We have 70 votes. And believe it or not, it is literally at the start of this show, it is split down the middle, 35 dirt and 35 asphalt.
Hang on. I didn't vote.
I didn't vote either.
So what do you got? I mean, come on.
No,
I don't need an explanation. It's a simple question. I mean, damn, man, it's on the page.
Dirt.
Okay.
No, asphalt.
Wow. See, now you just threw a whole wrench in it because I'm going dirt.
Yeah?
So we're back to split. But
well, I mean, I don't know. See, so here's my thing. Growing up, I went to East Bay a little bit, but like most of the races that I went to as a kid were at Lakeland and DeSoto and a little bit of Auburndale, but really Lakeland. I mean, I didn't miss a Hooters.
See, I was at East Bay at 3 days old. I didn't know pavement until I got really in a sprint car. I didn't know pavement.
Yeah, see, I went to East Bay a little bit, but I mean, I mainly went to Sarah Limited Late Model races, Sunbelt Super races, and Hooters Pro Cup races at Lakeland. And I went to some stuff at we always went to late model races at DeSoto, some at Auburndale. So growing up, I was always an asphalt fan, but family, we always watched NASCAR, stuff like that. So then we got into, but when I started racing, I went straight, just like you, to dirt go-karts.
Yeah.
So
I ran a little bit of pavement go-karts every now and then, but the only pavement I knew is Mike Cope drove my dad's car at Sunshine a few times. It was actually a dirt car that they put pavement tires on, but like I was at East Bay my whole life, and I knew nothing about pavement racing until I was asked to drive a pavement sprint car, and then now I'm a pavement princess. Or whatever you say.
You're a pavement pounder.
Yeah, no, that's just how it goes. I don't know. I still, nothing to me is better than dirt racing. Like, when they came out with the game Dirt to Daytona, I was excited because there was finally something on there for me.
Yeah, the street stocks on that game were awesome.
Yeah, I mean, but again, I know that folks there's guys, I mean, two-part, and I don't want to open the can of worms, but I mean, that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to really shake shit up.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, you're the one who's supposed to be keeping us on track, but for me, it depends on what we're watching. Is it full body? Is it open wheel? And I'm a pavement sprint car racer, and I love full body dirt racing. So I don't know which way to really go on this, but I mean, I'm excited to see some more feedback on that because this is a topic that can go on for a while. We can kill a lot of time. Yeah,
I mean, I actually put the poll up to run for 7 days, so it's going to run for a week. So we're going to get a lot of feedback on that. But back to my kind of take on the poll. So, like I said, grew up watching asphalt racing, and then when I went racing myself, it was dirt go-karts. But see, when there was this group of us, and we all kind of left karting at the same time. And most of the guys went asphalt racing. Well, me and my buddy Shane Burrows were like one of the only couple of guys that went dirt racing out of that group. So we just went dirt racing because Shane left a year before me, and we had help. So because we didn't, we were kind of going into that blind. So we had help, and Jamie, Shane's dad, was going to help us out, and he did a lot. But then, it's like now, like I love going to the dirt races with Shane, but there's just something about like an asphalt super late model. It just like gets my juices going.
Yeah, I had something similar to that. And see, like, and this touches on like that same, like you talk about a group. And I always say if there was a Mount Rushmore for Dirt Devil Speedway, and I don't care what they call it now, that's Dirt Devil Speedway.
Yeah.
The end. there was 5 of us. It'd be myself, and not in this order, obviously, but Eric Amarola, Devin Dixon, Greg Leonard, and Larry Brazil. And they were all older than me, so I kind of just tagged along. I was kind of like the little shit ass that was chasing them.
Yeah.
But so when they went, I remember most of us, we were on a Racing USA Short Track USA with Doug Auld, and Devin had his mini stock, the Deuce. Greg had the '94 sprint car out there, dirt sprint car, following like his dad and them. Little Larry had the mini stock on dirt for East Bay. And then Eric kind of threw it. They had a pavement modified. And now I was still in go-karts. I brought my go-kart to this little show we're talking about. I was 2 years or so behind them on moving up. And then ironically, I went pavement sprint car, which was like way off grid. That was a whole nother story. But like, I remember going to watch Rusty Dixon because he ran and I knew him because of Bobby running dirt. I went to watch Eric on the modified, and I was like, okay, cool. And I loved it because I was with Sam and Eric, and those were my boys. And but when I remember we watched Greg Leonard, we went out there, his only goal is he wanted to beat Gene Lasker. And his first night, I think he did running like 5th or something. And but Lasker spun out running like 2nd or 3rd, and Greg technically beat Lasker on his first night. And I just remember I was over there with little Larry. He was tired open his little mini stock, and we're over there with torches. And then I run over to see what Greg's doing. And I was just so excited. I felt more a part of the dirt track than I did. Because when we went and watched Eric, they had a little pit crew, and we just stood there. And me and my dad were just but when I went and watched Greg and Larry and Devin, I was over there scraping mud, and I was doing I don't know, maybe that's what it is. I felt a little more attached to it.
Well, see, and it's funny you say that because it just made me a light bulb went off in my head that even though I love going and watching asphalt super late models, I've never been with anybody to change a tire or whatever. When I go, I mess around on asphalt, helping a couple people in a Legends probably 8 years ago, just helping guys. But when I go to the track to help people, 9 times out of 10, it's always on the dirt. So and it has been like that ever since I left karting. So I feel what you're saying because and when I go to the dirt track, you know, there's a lot to do. You kind of feel like you're a part of something. And then at the asphalt track, it's almost like if you don't go with them every week, it's like you don't want to step on anybody's toes, but you don't really know exactly what they're doing. You walk up to most people at East Bay or any local dirt track, you walk up and say, hey, I want to do something. Oh, hey, grab the mud scraper. Hey, this guy wants to work. What's wrong with this guy?
Sign him up.
Sign him up. Give him a mud scraper. Get him a beer. Let's go.
Right, exactly. And I mean, I feel the same way. Dirt racers are a little bit more grassroots. Pavement, I mean, it's hard to say because people, on first take look at dirt takes a driver.
Right.
And pavement is money or
and it's follow the leader.
But see, I think it's easier to be quick out of the gate on pavement, for the eye. You can make a lap, okay? But the difference between good and great on pavement is that's a hard thing to do. Dirt can kind of be your night. The track could come to you, and I'm not taking anything from either one. Let's be clear on that. But dirt has a few more variables. If you don't say, if you have a little motor and the track goes slick, well, here you come. You know what I mean? Pavement, it's not really going to be that way. But when you mess up on pavement, I feel to gather it back up, you could be reeling a guy in, and then slide the front end, and now you're half a corner back, and it's shit, that may take me 8 more laps. Dirt, you can kind of miss it sometimes, whether it takes rubber or do whatever. But you can gather it back up, and the losses and gains can be a lot more dramatic. On pavement, I feel your margin of error is less. You got to be a bang, bang, bang. So I love both because now I've become I guess like I'm a pavement guy now, which is so weird. I've refused to say that my entire life because I feel like if you race, you race.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit what it is. If you race,
Kenny Wallace, as long as you're racing, brother.
Yeah, I mean, if you race, you race.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, people are like, oh, he's a dirt guy, he's a pavement guy, he's this, that, he's that. Because, like, you know, the dirt guys come over to pavement, and they're accused of running their tires off. And then the pavement guys are going to dirt, and they're accused of, like,
looking like a squirrel dick.
They don't know what the hell's going on. And it's like, that's not the case. If you race, you race. I mean, you see guys cross over and do a bunch of different things. But a lot of it depends on who you're with and what you're doing. Because I found that out real quick in dirt racing.
So to sum this up, your favorite. Okay, let me go back here. We're gonna both say our favorite, and we haven't talked about this, so we're both gonna say our favorite.
I just got a poll question. Bang.
Our favorite form of racing. No matter dirt.
If I was gonna pay my money,
and I only get to see them once a year, and it's expensive, but I try to go every night. But the Lucas Oil Dirt Late Model Series.
The end. Period.
It's the greatest racing on earth to me.
Unfortunately, we agree.
I know.
Like, which is
because, and like I said earlier, I love. I guess I just have this stigma about super late models, but I love.
That's the thing.
Asphalt super late models, but I also but I love dirt super late models more. But I think what makes me crave it is I only get to see them once a year when they come to East Bay.
Well, see, and that could be it too. But I mean, like, and East Bay is one of the throw a wrench in your plans type racetrack that, I mean, you could kick ass on Friday and miss a show on Saturday.
It's all about the time.
But see, that goes on like New Smyrna when they're running the World Series. Usually when you're hot, you're hot. And like, but what people don't get is when they look at the qualifying at, you know, super late models at New Smyrna, man, those top 15 or 20, I mean, they're all, like you were talking about that Wheelman series, shit, they're all within 2/10. Yeah. Like, you won't see that in the late model. I mean, from first to 24th, it might be a half second.
Yeah.
7/10. Sometimes the pole might be 2/10 quicker in the field. Like, that happens.
Yeah.
And that's just because, I mean, there's a lot, the track throws some changes at you. But dirt late model racing is my favorite. And what's ironic is my dad was a dirt late model racer, and all I cared about was sprint cars. And like my dad, half the time when they were racing, I'd be behind the bleachers playing football or whatever. As soon as I heard a sprint car push off, boy, I was up there. But now, growing up and paying attention and like just appreciating dirt late model racing, to me is the mecca. Like, that could be NASCAR Cup, and I'd be like ecstatic.
Yeah.
But the pavement, I mean, I respect those guys, like what Wayne Anderson does, and
Yeah.
those guys did for you. I mean, to be on, like, and I mean, just hit it all the time. To me, that was great.
Yeah.
I appreciate both. I mean, I love racing.
Yeah. I'm just a racer. I mean, if there's any kind of racing on TV or anything, I'm going to watch it. I mean, hell, I'm going to go, I'll watch a street stock race at Auburn. I don't care. I'm going to watch it. You know what I mean? I just love racing. So, I mean.
I like it.
So,
have you seen those figure eights at Showtime?
Yeah.
God damn, they throw down.
Yeah.
That, who's that guy who just talked about our show when I did the yo-yo video? Mark Tunney.
Does that Rockin' Rodney guy still run them? Rodney?
I don't know a lot of the names, but
Yeah.
but when I was up in Indiana and stuff racing, even, I mean, those at the speed drum, those things are building $60,000-$70,000 figure eight. I mean, to smash, like, that's the ultimate. Like, what could happen to your machine in that? I mean, but to your point before, because you got to do a little bit better job of reining me in here. Because I just took us on a whole figure eight tangent, and you were running right with it. Yeah. That's not going to work. Okay? So get your shit together.
Me?
Yeah, man. Press some buttons, do some stuff. Be like, hey, man. Like, come on.
All right. So moving on to the next topic. And this one, we're going to try to just touch on it a little bit. Maybe spend 10 minutes or so on it. Because, I mean, this could be a 10-hour sitting around the beer cooler, bench racing, talking about.
I don't even know what we're talking about here, so you might want to clue me in.
So we're going to talk about money.
Oh shit! I thought this wasn't going to be a topic.
Money in racing. Okay, and
how much time y'all got?
Yeah. So, and another thing that we're going to touch on too is like racing within your means. I know that's a big thing that Kenny Wallace always says on Twitter. Is like, Kenny Wallace said
there's no right way to say this.
I know, but Kenny Wallace said, people come to me like, Herm, I want to move my kid up to the next level. I want to put him in late model, but I can't afford it. And Kenny said, I asked him, well, what can you afford? Oh, I can afford a Legends car. And he said, well, put him in a Legends car. And that's when he come up with the quote that he always tweets, as long as you're racing, brother. Like, as long as the kid's racing, you never know what may happen down the road, but don't keep him doing something. Don't not move him up into something bigger.
Well, that's kind of what's kept me where I'm at.
Yeah.
In the pavement sprint car world, because it's not the most glamorous. Mm-hmm. It's not the most, like, nobody's like, what do you want to do when you grow up? I'm going to be a pavement sprint car racer. Like, nobody says that. But, like, I was like, okay, I saw where I could go, and I saw what I could do, and I dabbled in some other stuff, and I realized, like, we ain't got it like that. So I was like, you know what I'm going to do? I want to be the best at this. Like, because that's how I feel. Some people feel like they're okay going up to the Cup, or if people are like, oh, I run nationwide. It's like, you're a starting part guy, and that's okay because they got to put food on the table, do whatever. But, like, that's not okay for me. Like, and that's just me. I'd rather be a broke dick winning sprint car races, which I am, a broke dick winning sprint car races, than going, oh, I start in park at all the, nationwide and truck racing. Like, because I've watched, we got into a big argument about that. I've watched NASCAR start and park deals swallow up your J.J. Yaley's, your Josh Wise's, your Mike Bliss's, your Dave Blaney's, and it pissed me off. Yeah. Because people are like, oh, yeah, Josh Wise. I'm like, you better put some respect on his name. Like, Josh Wise, that guy won Belleville. Like, he won the 4-crown. Like, Dave Blaney won the Knoxville Nationals and the World of Outlaw Championship. You better watch your mouth. Yeah. But people have their idea of what, and then some people think they have to climb the ladder. But what I love is whether it's figure eight at the Speedrome in Indianapolis, whether it's when you go to Killcare and we travel with the sprint cars and you see the street stocks or you see whatever, wherever you go, wherever track you're at, there is somebody who is the man at that. Yeah. And you better put some respect on it, because he's going to roll up in there in that open trailer at East Bay, Shane Burrows, on his little program that y'all put together, and he's going to put you on your ass with your stacker trailer. And I love that shit.
I love it.
So that's what I'm saying is, like, I think stay where you're at and be the best at that. Yeah. But everybody has this thing, like, if they're not going up, they got to get out. Yeah. And I don't agree with that.
Yeah, they think that they can't make, a lateral move, that any move that they make has to be going up. And see, so I don't have, obviously I've raced, I'm still racing, but I haven't ran the amount of races and done the traveling that you've done. Hell, your nickname that somebody gave you up north is Traveling Troy DeCaire, because
shout out Scott Stein, come on.
Because I think you've raced in 48 states probably?
No, I've been to 48 actually because of racing. I ain't seen shit. I've seen all the dumb stuff off the grid. Yeah. But no, I think I've raced in like 30 states now. Okay. Something like that.
So
which is really cool, and I'm proud of that.
Yeah, no, that's badass. But see, so I left, go-karts, went to what we could afford, which was the Outlaw 4s. You know what that is, right? At East Bay. So we ran, because we actually bought Shane's car. So we bought Shane's car, and
which, by the way, turned into little baby late models. I watched Brandon Yates out there at East Bay.
That's what they were.
That thing's hiking up like a damn late model, and I'm like, yeah, that's out of control. I thought you could build a mini stock or whatever they were called back when I was a kid for like $5,000. Yeah, you ain't doing that today.
But
now we're still in the money in racing. I don't even know what topic we're on.
Yeah, so I'm just saying the money. So like, and then some things happen, and got a deal worked out. Well, went back go-kart racing because money kind of dried up with the Outlaw 4 thing. So I'm still in high school at the time. So I graduated high school, and then I'm just traveling, helping guys with go-karts.
You guys are building these Outlaw 4s for who knows how much money, racing for what, 500, 400 to win?
We only paid like $6,500 for ours, race ready. But that was, we got a deal on it.
Right.
But
those things are every bit of $20,000 right now.
Yeah. So what I've always raced is what I could afford. So after I got done, traveling all over God's creation, doing go-karts, just helping people with go-karts up north in the Carolinas, I came back and I bought a Monte Carlo and we ran Thunderstocks. And then I had a guy come to me with some money. So we went and we bought a limited late model. Okay. That guy left, sold a limited late model because I couldn't afford to run it on my own. So I've always kind of tried to race within my means, but I'm always going to spend. Like if I got that extra $20 in my pocket, let me get a little more of that racing.
Let me get some of that.
Let me get a little more of that racing.
Hey, let me get that. Hey, look, man. Look, I'll get you next week. Just look, give me a little racing right now. And then next week, I'm about to get my income tax.
Yeah.
And when I get that income tax. But see, no, now mine was a little different. I didn't even know growing up that we were broke.
Yeah.
Because my dad has been in the same house for 100 years.
Mm-hmm.
And my parents worked at the go-kart track. I was so raised in it, I didn't know. Like, I was like, what do you mean we can't go to the National this week? Like,
yeah.
I had no idea because our damn trailer was as long as our house, okay? Like,
yeah.
It was obvious where our priorities were in life.
Yeah.
And which is why, like, some of it makes me think now, like, well, shit, maybe. But, like, my mom drove an 89 Lincoln Town car, and I used to duck at red lights, and I didn't realize I was ducking at red lights, so I had a brand new motor on my go-kart to race Jasper.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I didn't know. Before I was like, Mom, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? I was like, Mom, we need to step this car up. This is embarrassing. I'm going to walk home. Like, but I didn't realize I was doing that. Now I get to the racetrack. Well, I say I knew that. I didn't know that.
You know now.
I know now. So moving forward, like, damn, dude, I'm lost. Where was I at?
I think you were saying that me and my family, we always race within our means, but I know that your family, they ate bag lunches so you could run your first year in sprint cars.
But I had no idea. And we didn't, as a matter of fact. So, like, this dude came to me in the middle of winning go-kart races, and I was completely content racing go-karts the rest of my life. And there's a lot of guys who race go-karts and make a lot of money.
Right.
And make a good living, and they're racing.
Yeah.
And, that's what I thought. I was like, okay, that's what we'll do. Well, this guy comes to me, he's like, hey, you want to run a sprint car? I'm like, yeah, man, I want to be a fucking astronaut. Like, yeah, what do you mean? Yeah, of course I want to run a sprint car. Are you high? Like, yeah. So then, so me and my sister go down to this racetrack. He's like, well, meet me in Citrus County. And I was like, isn't that a pavement track? And he's like, well, his name was Skeeter. He's like, yeah, I don't really want to be on the sprint car. I'm like, all right. So me and my dad and sister, we pull in this damn Citrus County Speedway. And I'm like, has that Joker got a wing on it? Like, okay, here we are. So now we're at a damn pavement track with a sprint car with a wing. I got dirt on my sprint car Simpson shoes because that was the cool shit to have in the go-karts. You had to have that, and you had to wear them to school for like a week or two because you couldn't bust out the new boys. They had to be broke in. You know what I mean? Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, so my travel, like this whole racing by my means deal, I was running the biggest piece of junk at the racetrack, and I was so happy. I had no clue.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden we turned around and, I won a heat race. And then my dad worked out a deal with Stan Butler. So we moved to the next deal. And now I'm in a legit race car.
Yeah.
I'm racing. So, like, my deal was I wasn't racing a family deal. Like,
right.
I was racing somebody else's stuff. And then right after that, George Rudolph picks me up. So, luckily for me, I'm 17 years deep, and I've never owned a race car. So my story is different, and that's not that's going away by the day. There's no rides out there. Yeah, you're not going there as 15, 20 car owners. Like, right. It's everybody. He's racing for his daddy. He's racing for his dad. Like, that's how it goes.
Or he's racing for himself.
Or they're paying.
Yeah, I mean, you've been, and you know this, not to like call you out or anything, but I mean, you've been very fortunate with the rides that you've got and the life that you've been able to live.
So lucky.
And, there's people that would, kill to do that. But every time I think that, damn, man, like, where did I go wrong? Like,
it's all timing.
It just, I go back to, and I've recently just found this Kenny Wallace quote, and he's been saying it a lot on Twitter lately. And, not to just keep plugging Kenny, but we both love Kenny. Troy's pretty good pals with Kenny. But every time I'll get like, thinking like I'm down in the dumps, like, damn, man, like, where did I go wrong? Like, what the hell? Like, what did I do? What did I do? Like, why didn't that happen to me? in the past year or so, I've been going back to that Kenny Waltz quote. As long as you're racing, brother. Like, and it makes me realize.
That's all that really matters, but it's so hard when you're 16, 18, 21.
Hell, it's still hard for me, and I'm 27.
Well, no, but I see these kids giving up early in their deal.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, I'm 21 and I ain't done nothing yet. Well, shit. Jimmy Johnson didn't get in a stock car until he's 25. You know what I mean? Like, Sam Rodriguez is one of the most accomplished sprint car racers in Florida, and he was damn near 30 when he started winning, and I'm going to have to race till I'm 80 to catch him in wins. You know what I mean? Like, it's not about, like, life is a lot, in racing life is different than that. I hate the perception that, like, you know, this ain't motocross. You ain't done it 24. David Rudiman didn't get in a NASCAR till he was 30.
Right.
And that joker won the Coca-Cola 600. I don't give a shit what you say.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so the fact that, like, if you haven't done anything by the time you were, you know, 21, 20, like, you don't have to be, you know, William Byron or Chase Elliott. You don't have to be that.
Yeah. And like
you could be Ryan Preece, Ryan Preece is probably one of the most accomplished drivers in the country. Just now getting a shot in NASCAR. And he's 25 plus. I don't even know how old he is.
He's probably close to my age, yeah. Maybe a year or two younger, like you said. But, yeah, I mean, like I said, I would always, and I still do it. Like, I'm like, damn, you know. But then, like I said, I just keep going back to that quote. But then it makes me realize what I was going to wrap my portion of it up with is when I think about that quote, as long as you're racing, brother, it makes me realize, like, there's some people that would kill to have and I don't have the best karting operation in the world. Hell, I've only been back for 5 races.
You know how many guys have raced their whole life and haven't won?
Oh, I know. But
and you're like, oh, man, I only got a couple championships. It's like, you know how many guys wish they had one championship?
I know.
Dude.
I know, but what I'm saying is like I think about it, and there's like guys, there's literally guys on my Facebook feed that I see on their poor mouthing, and they really are. They don't have the money. They would kill to have, you know, 1 or 2 year old go-karts sitting in the shop like I do, 2 brand new motors, a 24-foot trailer. Like, to me, I'm like, sometimes I'm like, shit, like this is all I got.
Yeah, but
then
see,
there's
none of
guys,
that matters.
There's guys that would kill for that. You know
none of
what I
that
mean?
matters.
I know.
Hey, how many trailers you seen win a race?
No, I'm not talking about trailer. I'm just talking about the operation in itself.
No, I get it.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is once you roll onto the racetrack, none of that shit matters.
Yeah.
And, like, that's what I think people lose sight of, which I think is the gap that people are losing is, like, and I know this is something I know for a fact, is I see these little kids and they see a very fortunate kid who has, you know, 6, 7, 8 go-karts, rolls in a big gooseneck trailer. And I used to be envious of a lot of that stuff. But you know what I loved? Whipping that ass.
Yeah, rolling on a racetrack and beating them.
No, because you know what? All the people on stands, they don't see what trailer you came in. They don't see what kind of house you live in.
Yeah.
They don't know how many tires in the tire rack. They don't know nothing. All they know is green to checkered. And if you got a chance, and you know what? Maybe you got to wait for your night.
Yeah.
Maybe you got to wait for that night.
No,
but when you get that night, you show out. And then it could lead to something else. You could, whatever. But what you need to do is, if you got that subpar race car, if you got that subpar motor, if you can't afford those tires, whatever, what you need to do is be a pain in those guys' ass. I love that. And I love seeing these little kids who come on a little trailer to the go-kart track, do whatever, and give those rich kids a hard time. Yeah. I love that.
I'll never forget it. I showed up blue plate at a national, one piece of lead
for the people who don't know, blue plate's 10 to 12.
Yeah.
Junior 10 to 12 to the grid.
One piece of lead on the go-kart, just get the numbers right, because I was a little fat kid, looking like Jimmy Spencer out there. And I remember running third.
Shout out Jimmy Spencer.
I ran a third, and I'm like, what is that white and orange go-kart up there that I'm about to lap? Pull down the lap, on the straightaway. Damn, Trevor Bain going right by, and I'm like, yeah.
Hey, Trevor Bain used to roll in that big trailer and roll out
trailer.
One go-kart, and you were like, what in the hell?
And he had his Allison Legacy car on display, and I'm rolling by.
Same thing.
I'm rolling by. I'm like, this old fat kid. I'm like, hell yeah. Who is Trevor Bain?
I remember when John Wood used to unload in Michael Waltrip's 21 Sitco, his little show hauler rig, and I was like, God dang, that's John Wood. Hey, but I loved rolling past John Wood.
Yeah.
Like that. But I'm saying that's really money will never go away. I don't care if it's baseball. So there's kids out there getting lessons.
Yeah.
There's parents out there paying personal trainers. No matter what you do in life, money, you ain't gonna get away from it.
Right.
It doesn't even have to be sports. It could be just whatever. Somebody with money is gonna have a little bit better shake than you, but there's gonna be a day, and you're gonna roll on them.
Yeah.
And you know what? They can kiss your ass.
Yeah, exactly.
And it is great. And I want to make sure that those little kids, old men, little kid, whoever, if you got that low budget, you are racing. Like, that's what it is. Like, if it wasn't for you, there wouldn't even be a full field. There wouldn't be, like, nobody's got, like, I'm now very fortunate. I got a team. We got all the cars, all the resources, got everything. Ken and Teresa Statham put a lot of money and a lot of stuff to get ours. But you know what? They put themselves in a position in life to earn that.
Yeah.
Luckily, they were dumb enough to let me drive it, which is really cool. And we're having a little bit of success right now. Yeah. But it wasn't always like that. I came from Skeeter's number 6 car, who they thought was a starting park, and it can be done. And those times, like I said, they are fading, but it ain't over.
It ain't over.
It ain't over. And you see it, you know what? Kyle Larson, he ain't come from money.
Yeah.
Christopher Bell, he didn't come from money. You know what they did? Took advantage of the time they were getting. But just, if you do have a bad night, shake that off.
Yeah.
It ain't over. This didn't turn into a self-help, public service announcement. Let's pump up the little guy. But there's a lot of grown men out there who put in their own, who are successful in life to afford a race car and do whatever, and then they couldn't afford whatever, but they put it together, and they're out there what are they out there doing?
As long as you're racing,
As long as you're racing, brother.
I guess we'll just leave you with this. You just keep digging.
That's right.
All right. So,
you sure you don't want to spend another 3 hours on money?
No, because I wanted to talk about. We just
turned into a Sarah McLachlan.
Okay,
is that her name?
No, speaking. I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Listen, puppies that donate money. I don't know.
Listen.
You're doing a good job of keeping my shit together.
You just said that you want to. Do I want to talk another 3 hours about money? No. What I want to do is I want to talk about a story.
Oh shit!
About having no money. Absolutely no money.
It wasn't no money. There was a little, not much, but I'm
talking about the money in your pocket when you went there. We're going to talk about a great underdog story, but it is a funny ass story. It is so funny. So
first time Dwayne harp on this story.
The first time he ever told me this story,
I really wish JR was here for this, but I'll speak for him. He knows.
Phone him in?
We can't do that.
Oh, yeah. I don't have the cord. I don't have the damn cord.
Hey, JR knows the deal.
Hey, listen, JR, you can confirm everything that's going to be said in the comment section. I was going to phone you in, but I don't have the cord. So, listen, Troy DeCaire ran the Chili Bowl in 2011, okay? And we're going to call this the Troy DeCaire Chili Bowl saga. Because it is the first time he ever told me this story, I was sitting in a Mexican restaurant, and I almost pissed my pants laughing. So, Troy DeCaire.
It wasn't supposed to be funny.
It wasn't supposed to be, but it's just so funny. So, Troy DeCaire, tell us the story of the 2011 Chili Bowl Nationals in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Dude, this could be a while. Hopefully, hey, if you got to go to the bathroom now. So, Mr. Slotin from Appleton, Wisconsin, gives me a phone call. He's like, Dave Augerbright just wrote some story on me. I just won the must-see championship. Pavement wing sprint car championship.
At Bristol.
No. This was the first year.
Okay. Second year was at Bristol.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, God. The Bristol story is a whole nother deal. Hey, ironically, the same guy is involved in that story somehow. Okay. Because our Chili Bowl story was so epic.
Okay.
So he calls me. He's like, hey, man, I just read this thing on you. I want you to drive my midget Chili Bowl. And I was like, hey, man, whoever this is, like, look, cut it out. Because everyone knows I grew up dirt racing around here, but after my first 3 or 4 years, so this is 5 years deep in pavement racing.
Right.
Nobody would give me a dirt look. I have no dirt experience. I damn sure never drove a midget. Okay. So this fool goes, all right, I got you a plane ticket. You bring your seat. My son Jake, shout out Jake Slotin. He just got hurt in a midget, which this is great, right? Like, hey, my son got hurt. He can't drive. Why don't you come drive this pile? And I'm like, all right, man. So my buddy Jake Slotton, Jesus Christ. All right. He's like, we get up there and they pick me up at the airport and they're all like, hey, what's going on? Cheese curds and yada, yada.
Okay, so where is this at? This is
Appleton,
Wisconsin.
Wisconsin.
I just wanted them to know it's not
Dude,
Tulsa.
there is a pile of snow outside. Okay? I get off the plane and I'm all like, and I'm not even that country or nothing, right? You're way more redneck than me. These fools look at me like I'm John Wayne. Okay, I might as well have spurs on. Okay? So I get up there, we get my plow through the snow. They take me to some Wisconsin bars, give me some cheese curds, and we went to I did a Lambeau Leap. Yeah, on some ice, about bust my ass, everything. So I'm up there living my best. I'm like, what are these idiots? Don't even know. Right? They let me put my seat in this in this midget. Right. So they drive it all the way down here to Florida. We go make some laps at Dirt Devil because Dirt Devil's about the size of Chili Bowl. We make a handful of laps and I throw a rod or two, something. No, it was a valve spring. I don't know what it was. So it's sitting at Mickey Kempkin's shop there on 52. And so we get it all together. We go out and get knee walking drunk just about every day. Because now that we're in Florida, I show them how to do it.
Yeah.
Right? I got them at the Bull. I got
at
them
the
at the
Roundup.
Hey, I'm out there two-stepping to a slow song. Okay? So anyways, well, now we got to drive to Stanton in Tennessee. Or Kentucky. I don't even know. Tennessee, something like that.
Kentucky, I thought it was.
I don't know where the hell it's at.
So what are you going here for?
To fix the damn motor.
Okay.
For Chili Bowl, because we went to go test at Dirt Devil and rung it up. So it's me, and at this time, 2011, I can't do a whole lot of math. I'm like 25. Okay. Slotton's like 23, 24. JR's like 20, 21.
No, he was he wasn't 21.
No, I believe he was 21.
Okay.
But either way, we get in a single cab F-150 with a 14-foot trailer, a midget, and a whole lot of we got an idea. So we get to Stanton's, and I'm puking.
Now y'all are going 3 deep in a single cab F-150.
We are running 3 wide life. In a single cab. And by the way, it was shifting between high and low. The thing would go 55 to 65. And I mean, it was miserable. And somewhere along the way, I ate a tornado or something off the Rolodex.
You got a bad corn dog?
Off the little rolly deal to Flying J.
That's something that's been there for 3 days, probably.
Dude, I'm puking. So now JR's got to sit in the middle because I've got the window solely occupied throwing up out this thing, right? And we get to Stanton's. As a matter of fact, I know nothing about Stanton racing engines because I spent the whole time in the bathroom dying. Okay? Mm-hmm. Then we load up, and I puke all the way to Tulsa. I thought I was
from Kentucky to Tulsa, Oklahoma.
From about Georgia to Kentucky. Kentucky, I mean, something happened. And this ain't even a bad play on Flying J or their tornadoes or nothing. Something got after me, right? Well, we get there. And practice day, load-in day's a Monday or something. Yeah, and practice. So we missed the battery was unhooked or something in the first one, so I didn't even make a practice. Now, mind you, I've got 10 seconds in a midget.
Okay, so let's review here. So now he's at the Chili Bowl. They drove all the way from Florida.
Kentucky.
So they started in Wisconsin, came to Florida.
Poor Jake.
And then they went from Florida to Kentucky, and then Kentucky to Tulsa, Oklahoma, in a single cab F-150. And there's just 3 of y'all in a 14-foot trailer.
And we're all under 25.
And a 14-foot trailer.
And
all right, so continue. So
now we're there. And
practice
by the way, they put us in by the door because everybody was already in by the time we got there. And it's snowing outside. Everyone thinks our trailer's covered in snow, and they're riding Wash Me. Now, it's my throw up down the side of this thing, and nobody has an idea. So I think we make 2 or 3. Then the second session, they go green, a guy spins out. They go green, and then they throw the checker. So here we are, practice day. I've got about 2 straightaways of green flag laps, and we race Friday.
So what does that mean for the rest of the week?
So right around Tuesday, guys, I'm back. I feel good. I'm no longer throwing up. Well, and if you haven't been to the Chili Bowl, everybody's drinking a lot.
A lot.
And me and JR had rounded up some sponsors, and people gave us some money, which promptly went to the wrong thing. So Tony Stewart's got this thing with strippers and pizza, and we're like, $20? Hell yeah. So we're over here. Tuesday night, we watch, drunk. Wednesday night, we watch, there's a party over here? Stenhouse and Danica. Oh, yeah, that's where we're going. Yeah. We're over here. There's strippers walking around the pits. Everyone's passing. I'm like, yeah, we'll go there.
The strippers got business cards.
They're passing stuff out. Dude, so we totally forgot what the hell we came there to do. So
you told me, not to interrupt you, but you told me when you said your mom would be real disappointed if she saw the things you were doing.
Dude, it was so bad. Like, everything anyone's ever said about me was so true this week. Like, it was so bad. Like, but I just wanted to fit in. And I had a couple buddies from India this time. My boy Damian Gardner's like, come on over here. Fucking drunk. And then we're going to, right around Thursday night, we're at this place. Oh, God, I forget the name of it. It's some line dancing bar. We're out there, and I'm line dancing with Tony Elliott and Dave Darlin. We're out there. We're tearing it down. And everyone's like, when night do you race? And I'm like, tomorrow? Hey, they wake me up. My buddy Brian's there too, Brian Roker. And he was with us. I forgot. He's same age. So we're a bunch of dumbass kids, drunk, hungover. We roll in. And right about the time they let us in for pit pass on Friday, I realized, like, this ain't going to go so hot. Like,
keep in mind, he's made 10 seconds at Dirt Devils before he blew it up, and he's got 2 straightaways and green flag lines.
I literally do not have a clue. And I'm the epitome of fake it till I make it. And and every racer's got a little bit of like, don't worry, I got it. I ain't had it. I had no clue. So we go out for for hot laps on our day. And I'm not in race shape, let's call it. I didn't sleep in and eat pasta the night before, carb up, and
have a nice chicken breast or some
broccoli. Didn't wake up and eat Wheaties. I'm burping in my helmet, and I'm like, oh, this smells like bad choices. And my hot lap session doesn't go as planned. There's no green. Like, everybody's spinning out because we were the group one, and it's mud. But when they threw the checkered, I was like, the hell with it. I made a lap, and I was like, I'm like, good. We're good.
1 lap.
Hey,
he's got 1 lap before he's about to run his heat race at the Chili Bowl.
I cruise up to the damn thing and look at my heat race. Damn Dave Darlin in the Wilkie car. RJ Johnson, like Brady Bacon. I'm all like, this is bad.
Shield or no?
Huh?
Holden Shield?
No. No. It was, I know Darlin, RJ Johnson, and
I know Brady Bacon.
It was West Coast RJ Johnson, not Tampa, Florida RJ Johnson. No disrespect. I'm just saying West Coast RJ Johnson's a bad bitch.
Yeah.
In non-wing midgets and sprint cars. Well, the only thing I had in my favor is I'm starting 9th. And I'm like, well, it's passing points, so I can't go backwards.
Yeah.
So this is going to be all right.
Okay, so here we go. He's rolling off 9th in his heat race with Dave Darlin, RJ Johnson, and Brady Bacon, and he has 1 lap in a midget, and he's rolling off 9th. So here we go.
We go into turn 1, and something happens. There's a yellow, but like I completely missed the corner and ripped the top, and I was like, and it like it dug in because we were, I think, heat race number 2, and it come out the other end. I'm like, so now I'm like, of course I race dirt. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this is it. So they go, so they go green the second time, and I'm like barreling to 1, and it over rotates, and it hooks up, and I come across 1 and 2, and I catch the Chili Bowl berm, and that thing stands up on end. Somebody has a picture. It's like shooting dirt. my tail tank's dragging. I've never popped a wheelie.
So you don't know how to do what?
Put it down. No clue. Right? This thing, I'm looking at the roof of the Tulsa Expo Center. And I'm all like, holy shit. So I jab the brake. It sets down. Going into turn 3 on lap 1, I'm in second. I have never passed a car on my own. No idea how I got there. Get it through 3 and 4, through the middle. We go down to 1 and 2. Everything's fine. I'm in the middle, still trying to figure out, just don't hit nothing. You know, we're coming down the backstretch on what would be lap 2. The leader goes up in smoke, turns in the infield, yellow on the speedway. I am now the leader. From 9th. Idling around, looking like, and at this time it hits me, I have no idea how to start a dirt race because I have exactly 1 green flag start and I was 9th. And I was trying to figure out at this time, I was like, when I was putting on my tear-offs for the heat race, I went into Levi Jones. I go, hey man, do I put him on the right or left? He goes, what hand do you wipe your ass with? And I'm all like, so I'm sitting here like, he's like, no, dumbass. You pull them with your left because your headrest is on the right. So you pull them and you don't want to cross. I'm like, oh, yeah, okay. Meanwhile, I'm trying to figure out where I wipe my ass. And I'm like, so thank you, Eddie Jones, Levi, for confusing the shit out of a guy who had no clue what was going on. So, and meanwhile, all of this is going on. My buddy Shane Meal, who I was working with, and he's laid up in the hospital, just busted his ass to Terre Haute.
And you were there when Shane wrecked.
Yeah, I was there, unfortunately. And, like, Shane's my buddy, still a lifelong friend. Like, but his whole crew, 3 Wide Life, was doing a whole thing on Kevin Swindell and whatever. So they're hanging out with me, cameras rolling and shit. I'm all like, this is not good. Like, you know what I mean? Like, don't look at me. So I'm leading this. So I didn't know what to do. I threw it sideways, and I'm looking at the screen every time I come off 4, and no one's around me. And I'm just going on. And there was a moment there, I was like, am I racing? Like, does anybody else know we're racing? Like, let's go. They throw to white, they throw to checkered. I hit the ramp. Racing boys, everyone's like, and I'm all like, yeah, you know, I knew my whole life I was going to run dirt. And like, of course I run midgets. Like, this is what I do. Like, yeah, 9th to the lead. I get to the trailer, and JR and Jake Slotin and Brian, we have no, like, they're all like, all right, well, we're in a qualifier for sure. Turns out we're high point. So that means I start 6th in the qualifier, and now I'm decided that this is what I do. I'm feeling myself. Well, I get to running 3rd, and if I just would have stayed running 3rd in the qualifier, I would have, probably been in the first 2 rows of the A main.
Of the actual Chili Bowl.
Of that night.
Yeah.
And I decided this is what I do now. So I'm going to pass this guy, and I hooked wheels with RJ Johnson, and I end up in the infield, and I come back, so I start I think 3rd row or 2nd row with a B main because I spun out in the qualifier like a dipshit. And I knew they took 4 to go to the A, and I'm running. It's me and Nick Knepper. Shout out to my bud Rob Knepper.
Is your tongue getting heavy?
A little heavy around here. Well, dude, this Chili Bowl story's got me. I mean, I'm sweating a little bit talking about this because I had no business even being there. I shouldn't have been racing.
Now, was this the first year or second year you ever ran it?
This is my first time ever in a midget.
So this is the first time, but you've ran it
4 times.
4 times now? Okay.
But so I realized, and I can only run the top because the bottom takes like talent. But the top, I can just go and lean on it, and I'm good. The bottom, you got to like run both pedals and be finesse and figure out what the hell you're doing with your life. So I realized,
which Troy still hadn't figured out.
No, I had no clue. None. And I realized I had right around 2 to go. I'm like, shit, if I don't time this right, this Knepper fella is going to, or no, I mean not Knepper, this is Klepper. Sorry, Rob. I've been drinking. Klepper's going to pass me. So I don't know how to slide myself. So the only thing I did is I took the white. I'm running the top. Well, about halfway down the backstretch, I changed lanes to the bottom and stopped that bitch. I put the stop signs out, let the kids off. This is where I'm at. Yoop! He hits me, goes flipping into the damn catch fence. I drive to the finish line. We're in the A main. I get off. He's upset. And I was like, hey, I don't know what I'm doing. And, you know, that doesn't really work for a guy who just flipped into the catch fence, you know? So there was ass whipping number 1 about to happen. Luckily, we charmed our way out of that one. So we're getting ready for the A main. I run 17th or so. Well, now Saturday comes along. So we go out Friday night. We made the A main. Shots.
Bottoms up, boys.
Hey, what? Yeah. Oh, you weren't in the A? Shit, man, that's too bad. We was in the A. We're drinking, right? Well, now Saturday comes along. And that's a long day. They started at like 8 a.m. with like the triple Z main.
Triple Z.
I don't know. It's really like triple K.
Well, now I don't know how many cars were there.
I think there's like 300 and something that day, but it's like 4 or something.
Yeah, well, this year there was like 399 or 400 cars at Chili Bowl, and they only start 24 in the final. Actual Chili Bowl. Yeah.
So we're coming to. They start the national anthem around C or D main. Well, this is when you find out. Like, because they go out, and I'm the only cat from Florida, so I get to carry the flag. But the highest qualifier throughout the nights gets to carry the flag from their state.
Right.
And you're looking around, there's 250, 350 of us, whatever it is. I can't remember. But like, we're out there, and you're like, why don't you get your fire suit? They're like, you still racing? And I'm like, yeah, I'm still racing. I shouldn't have been still racing. So we go out there, and I look at my main. God bless. I look at my man. It's like Darren Pittman, Randy Hennigan, Johnny Herrera. I'm like, hey boy. I mean, it was a good run. Like we had a good run
Before the race. He's saying this.
Like this is like
I know where the road comes to an end, boys. It's been a pleasure.
I recognize every name in this main except for mine. So this is a bad sign. Well, anyway, so me and Johnny Herrera. Well, now at this time, I have somehow found the love of the top row rowdies. And this is where me and JR have become ever united with the Chili Bowl. They love us.
Listen, if you're watching this show and you don't know what the top row rowdies
they sit in the top of turn 2 at the Chili Bowl, and they fuck shit up.
They are wild.
Hey, they start chants at the Chili Bowl that you cannot talk about. And but if they are in your corner, that is a beautiful thing. Meanwhile, they have zip-tied a tiara. Tiara? I don't know how to say shit like that. Tiara on top of my race car.
Because
they call me PP. Well, it stands for something totally different than Pavement Princess. But I'll let you fill in that second P. But they love us. And me and JR up there, and they love us for our drinking, not our racing. And so now I'm out there, C main, something like that. I think it was a C main.
I think it was a C.
We're going to, they take 6 to the B or whatever it may be. And I'm out there, and it's me and Johnny Herrera. And I'm running the top because that's all I know how to do. Because the top looks cool, but it's way easier. The bottom is so hard. And I'm like, and it's me and Johnny, and we're like 4th and 5th. They're taking 6. I'm like, do what you want, bud. You have that. I got this. We're both in. We'll go to the next round. See you later. We're coming to the white. This asshole comes across my nose like this. I hit at the flag stand, and then I didn't realize, well, my Chili Bowl is now over. So I promptly floor it and drive straight through Johnny Herrera, and we end up stuck in a turn 2 fence together. Because I was
right in front of who?
The top row rowdies. And I decided if I'm out, you're out. Well, they're throwing cheeseburgers, and they're giving him the business.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there, and I'm yelling at Johnny Herrera some things I definitely don't want to say on here. Because at this point, I'm a dirt midget racer, and I fucking deserve to be here. I do not. We get off the ramp, and a group of 25 and under crew realized we didn't come equipped for this fight because Johnny Herrera's got some boys with him. And they are some Arizona, don't mess around. And my cousin JR can't get the handle out of the jack. He's swinging the whole jack at their group of guys. I'm trying to unbuckle. Damn TV crews there. We're like, what the hell? Like, hey, man, Chili Bowl ain't no joke, okay? It's a deal that every year since then, I've promptly gotten worse. And I have not. I realized because every time they play the national anthem, I have not been in my fire suit since. But that first Chili Bowl, I will never forget. And you know what? Since then, me and Jake, JR, and Brian, we're blood. Like, we're together because, boy, we've been through some shit. We seen that girl at the town pump flipping things off her nipples. We've been at Tony Stewart's deal with the strippers and the pizza. We were over there winning heat races with Dave Darlin in the Wilkie car. Like, we've been through it, boy.
Y'all are dirt midgets.
Hey, that's what we do.
We dirt midgets.
We ain't been back.
No. You've raced it 4 times.
I know, but
you ain't been that far deep.
But with a little bit, I'm thinking about, because I know some cats with some coin now. We might make a reunion run at this.
Well, that's the plan.
You know what's funny is they've been hounding me to tell this story, and it may not be. Am I red? Am I
a little bit? I'm red from laughing,
dude.
We're a couple of gingers.
Hey, I'm a 16th ginger, but man, hey, I never had so much fun. But that, you know what? It was great. Is we didn't have no money. We was there. We had a chip in the chair.
Yeah.
We was in the fight.
Yeah.
And you know what? That we made the best of it. And we went a lot farther than most people thought, having zero clue. Zero. I'm done. Let's go. Wrap this shit up.
No, we're about to wrap it up. I mean, that's really all you can do after a hell of a story like that. And hopefully we can make our way back there this coming January to Tulsa.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm going to get some people together. I'm going to get my boy Jake Slotin. I'm going to get Brian. I'm going to get JR. Hey, don't expect this. I'm just saying, don't expect this, because I'm telling you, every year since I went there, I had this like dream, and it ain't been the same. But we will get drunk.
Yeah,
we will see some. There ain't nothing more pure than the Chili Bowl. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
But don't expect me to do worth a shit. I can't. I've only got one wheelie from 9th to 2nd in me.
Yeah,
like that's it.
Yeah. No. So the plan is as of May 5th,
Cinco de Mayo.
Cinco de Mayo, baby.
I mean, we did those.
Hey, Cinco de Drinko.
Yeah, we did those Raging Bull shots. You don't remember that?
We did. The Raging Bull Racing Engine shots for a good time. Call 863-944-4214.
Brian and Brandon will get you hooked up. I mean, they gave me a free engine. Remember that?
Yeah. So, hopefully, if things work out as planned, we will be in Tulsa in January. And if things work out as planned,
trying to do a show from Tulsa.
We're going to do a show from Tulsa. And
oh shit!
I am going to take
that. Just happened.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And I'm going to take all of my Troy DeCaire merch that I'm selling in a Sprinter van.
We should sell 3 or 4 shirts.
No.
They come with a free beer. That was our backup plan to this show. If bench racing didn't fire off, we were going to call it free beer, and then free beer here tonight.
Yeah. So, all right, everybody. Well, I appreciate you listening.
Shit, I'm done.
This is awesome. I love this. This is only our second one. God. I love this shit. So we're going to get out of here. Make sure you're following us on.
Hey, and we need topics. Yeah. That's it. I'll just let you know. We're done. We are out of shit to talk about.
No, we got some guests coming on. We do have some guests coming on. Oh,
thank God.
Yeah, we got some guests. We had a guest tonight, but I'm not going to name drop him, but it was his birthday, but he's my boy.
It rhymes with even assy.
But he's going to come on soon. And we got some other guys lined up. So
unofficially won the O-Ball Irby.
All right, we got to get out of here. All right. I appreciate everybody listening. Make sure you're following us on all social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. Subscribe. It is Bench Racing with no G on all of them. This has been Brian Danforth and Traveling Troy DeCaire. We'll see you next time.